Welcome to the Better Off Bonus Call of the Week, sponsored by Betterment, the largest independent online financial advisor. All right, you know the deal. We do the bonus call because we are getting inundated with people who want financial advice. If you have a question about anything going on in your financial life, just let us know. Shoot us an email. Ask Jill at betteroffpodcast.com. And you know what? If we don't know the answer to it, we'll go find out the answer. Mark and I have lots of tentacles into the world of certified financial planners and CPAs and state attorneys. So if we need to get some help on a question, don't worry, we'll get it. So feel free to give us a holler. You can also tweet a question at Jill on Money. Now, our caller. This is exciting. We've got Brianne on the line from Oakland, California. Hi, Brianne. Welcome to the program. What can we do for you?
Hi, Jill. Thanks so much for having me.
Sure.
Last week I was up visiting my parents in Oregon, and I've been bothering them for the last 13 years to get a will done, so they finally got that done. But their financial picture was made a little bit more clear to me while I was talking to them about that, and so I have some concerns about where they're at financially.
How old are they?
My dad is 61, and he just retired last year. My mom is 66 and is hoping to retire, but not retired yet. And she doesn't know if they can afford it. And so that's kind of where some of my questions come in.
Okay. So dad retired. So 61 is pretty early. Does he have a pension, or does he have some other stream of income that allowed him to retire?
Yes, he has a pension. He was a public employee for 35 years. So he has a pension. His take-home is about $1,900 a month from that.
Okay. And does that pension also include health care for him?
It does not.
Okay. All right. So mom's still working. And what's mom doing?
My mom is a marketing director for a small craft distributor.
Okay. And so are they getting health insurance through her job?
My dad has private health insurance that he's paying for, and then since my mom is over 65, her company made her go onto
Medicare.
Medicare.
Okay, so mom's on Medicare. Got it. Okay. How much longer is mom going to work?
She would like to retire any day now, so we're just trying to make sure that they kind of have the funds to be able to do that.
Okay. How much does your mom make right now?
Her take-home is about $2,600 a month.
All right. So between his $1,900 and her $2,600, is that kind of covering their needs?
Yeah, their expenses are only about $2,800 a month.
Okay, good. They own their own home?
They do.
How much is the house worth?
It's worth about $225,000.
Mortgage or no mortgage?
No mortgage. There's a small HELOC for $5,000.
Oh, okay. That's good. What would your mother's Social Security check look like if she were to retire? I don't know what her full retirement age is, probably 66, 67, but let's say she'd make 66. So what does her Social Security estimate look like?
Her estimate, if she retired right now at 66, would be $1,400.
That's not sounding exactly like what we need.
Exactly.
So, okay. Now tell me about their savings. Tell me they have $1 million saved somewhere. Pretty please?
Jill, I wish.
I know. I'm sorry. Everybody wants that.
I know. So because my dad wasn't a public employee, they were putting money into his pension for a long time. And then in about 2004, they started an IAP for the state of Oregon, which transferred into an IRA once he retired. So he's got $50,000 there. Mom had a 401k, and I just learned last week that in 2007 she decided she was losing too much money and pulled it all out and put it into two annuities, one worth $40,000 and one worth $80,000.
Okay. And is she contributing to the 401k still or not?
No, she stopped contributing.
Okay. All right. Any other money that's floating around, cash accounts, savings bonds, anything like that?
My mom has a small rollover IRA that's $3,000 that's sitting in a cash fund right now, not making anything. But that's it. They don't have just regular expenses in their checking account, nothing in savings, nothing else.
Yeah. Okay. So, tell me about what you think, like in terms of what your game plan looks like right now as you look at this. What are the questions that you have arisen now that you have all the information? And B, what is it that you think needs to happen next?
I've got a couple of big questions. Number one is, what can I do with those annuities? I'm not sure what kind of annuities they are. I know that they have matured at this point, so I'm wondering if I can put them back into an IRA for her.
Yeah, you should be able to. So just so you know that as long as we've passed the surrender period, which is probably, I imagine, because she did it in 2007, the surrender period is unlikely to be more than 10 years. So what can usually happen with those accounts is you can now just roll it over and put it into an IRA account somewhere else where hopefully you'll have nice low expenses.
Yeah. And then my dad's investment in his IRA, the people that he is with, their expenses were very high from what I was looking at. So I'd like to roll him over also into, one of the low-cost, big investment firms for both of them so that we've got some lower fees there.
So that seems fine. I like both of those plans, and that'll make it cleaner. I mean, so I'm just looking at the numbers. Dad's pension at $1,900 a month. Mom's Social Security is, gives you $3,300 a month. You said their expenses are $2,800. So the reason why I sort of went like, because I feel like $500 a month is not that big a cushion. Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'm a little bit, I want to make sure that we take into account that, there's going to be stuff that happens. And what I mean stuff is usually healthcare stuff.
Definitely.
So I'm trying to figure out whether we could give you a little bit more of a cushion. And I think, look, maybe they probably don't need to pull a ton of money out of the savings. So once you roll over his IAP/IRA, that 50 grand, and you roll over her two plans, there's 170 grand that's basically invested. And I think that has to be a really low risk, low cost investment profile. And the reason is that if you needed to dip into something, you couldn't necessarily take the risk of losing. So in a weird way, Mom may have been right, not to do it 10 years ago, but that they cannot absorb losses because there's not a lot of squish here. So in my mind, we take that money that you have invested, you roll it over, you may want to put it into, a low-cost index funds. You may want to use a robo-advisor like our sponsor, Betterment. But what you really need to be clear about is we cannot take a ton of risk with this money. You want to grow it a little bit, but you just cannot afford a loss. That is the key here because this 170, that's it for them. I mean, look, I don't want to tell your mother to you know what, you should work till 70 and a half because that actually would make your whole financial life look better. It would, by the way. But maybe she really just so burnt. I don't know. She wants to retire tomorrow. It seems like unfair to ask her to do that. But I mean, obviously, the longer she works, the better their financial situation looks, right? Because her Social Security benefit might rise. But more importantly, they're just able to take home more money and save some more money.
Agreed.
How do you think she would feel about that? Like, if she were listening in on this, what do you think she'd be saying?
She would tough it out and probably do it, but wouldn't be super happy about it.
I know. We want her to be happy. Maybe if you could say to her this, let's think about how we can sell this a little bit. I spoke to this person. She's a certified financial planner. I think we should make some changes for your retirement accounts. We're going to make sure that they're in low-cost options and that they're properly diversified, meaning I don't think you should take a lot of risk, and the CFP didn't think so either. And that'll probably, it's kind of like you're telling your mom you had the right instinct. Like, we should not want to lose money here, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you can make the turn and say, and obviously, Mom, that, you guys aren't rolling in it. And, every month that you delay claiming your Social Security retirement benefit, the better off you and Dad are going to be. And just leave it. And she'll have to make a decision. We can't make that decision for her.
That's very true.
Right? The thing about claiming Social Security is that your benefit is twofold. If you're still working, then you're making money, right? And that they could beef up their savings in that time horizon. So if she worked for a few more years, making that extra $1,200 a month that she, right, the difference between her take-home pay and her Social Security check, right, that will just help beef up their safety net. And in addition, waiting to claim Social Security retirement benefits until you're 70 actually increases your benefit pretty sizably. If you go to SSA.gov and you have, you can do it with your mom and just register, you can see what it looks like. Hey, what happens if I wait till I'm 70? You can show her the difference in the check. And maybe that is like a horrible idea. Or maybe she says, oh, my God, it's that much more money. I'm totally going to keep working. And that's how, we try to sort of softly influence people who probably are really exhausted from working their whole lives. Yeah. Make sense?
Yes, I've been softly influencing and been a little more hard on influencing them.
I know. But you're being a good kid, and that's smart. And I like the idea of rolling stuff over, but that's what I think is important here. I think that from your perspective, you're probably like, I want to get this done. From her perspective, look, they obviously didn't move fast on the wills. They did it after 13 years. So I don't want it to take 13 years, but I think presenting her the information and showing her the difference in the money and the cash flow could be very valuable.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
All right. Good luck. I wish you the best. Let us know if there are any other questions that pop up, okay?
Will do. Thanks so much, Jill.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, that's a wrap of our Better Off bonus question of the week. If you've got a question, it's simple. Send us an email at askjill@betteroffpodcast.com. We'll arrange to get you on. And don't forget, in just a couple of days, there's a brand new episode of the Better Off Podcast sponsored by Betterment. Talk to you then.